Greek food has a strange kind of magic. It doesn't need dozens of ingredients, complicated sauces, or fancy techniques. A few simple ingredients can create flavors that are incredibly satisfying. But why? The secret is hiding in the way Greece combines richness, freshness, acidity, aroma, and fire. Look at a traditional Greek table. Tomatoes bring sweetness and acidity. Olives bring salt and bitterness. Feta adds creamy richness. Lemon brings brightness. And olive oil ties everything together. Instead of making every ingredient taste the same, Greek cooking lets each one stand out. And then there's olive oil. In Greek cooking, it's not just a cooking ingredient. It's a major source of flavor. Good extra virgin olive oil can taste fruity, slightly bitter, and even peppery. Pour it over something as simple as tomatoes, bread, or grilled vegetables, and suddenly the dish becomes much more complex. Then Greek cooking adds two more weapons, fire and acidity. Charcoal creates deep roasted flavors, while lemon cuts through the richness and wakes up your palate. That balance is important. Rich, smoky, salty, fresh, and acidic flavors keep alternating with every bite. But there's something even more interesting happening behind these flavors. Greek cuisine uses fire, fermentation, herbs, and texture to make simple ingredients taste far more complex. And that's where the real secret begins. First comes fire. When meat hits a hot charcoal grill, its surface begins to brown and develop completely new flavors. This is the Maillard reaction, the same process responsible for that irresistible roasted aroma and deep savory taste. It's why perfectly grilled souvlaki can be so addictive. Then Greek food changes direction completely. Tzatziki brings coolness and creaminess to balance the heat of grilled food. Thick yogurt, cucumber, garlic, and herbs create a completely different texture and aroma, giving your palate a break before the next bite. And herbs do something different. Oregano, garlic, and fresh herbs don't necessarily make the dish heavier. They add aroma. And aroma is a huge part of how we experience flavor. Before the food even reaches your tongue, your nose is already helping your brain decide what to expect. Now put everything together. Smoky meat, creamy yogurt, salty olives, fresh vegetables, aromatic herbs, rich olive oil, and sharp lemon. Nothing is overpowering the rest. Every flavor has a job, and that's what makes the entire meal feel balanced. But Greek food has one more advantage: freshness. And when you combine that freshness with seafood, vegetables, and the Mediterranean way of eating, the whole philosophy starts to make sense. Freshness is another huge part of the Greek food experience. Along the Mediterranean coast, seafood can go from the sea to the plate incredibly quickly, and that means you don't need heavy sauces to hide the flavor. The ingredients themselves become the star. Take grilled fish, for example. A little olive oil, some herbs, and a squeeze of lemon can be enough. The smoky surface, delicate seafood, sharp citrus, and rich oil create contrast without covering up the natural flavor. And notice how the meal itself creates balance. There's something fresh, something rich, something salty, something acidic, and something warm or grilled. You're not eating one overwhelming flavor again and again. Your palate keeps changing. And maybe that's the biggest secret of Greek food. It's designed around sharing. Different dishes arrive together, so every person can create their own combination of flavors and textures. The meal becomes more than individual dishes. It becomes an experience. So why is Greek food so delicious? Maybe the answer is surprisingly simple. It doesn't try to make food complicated. It takes fresh ingredients, adds contrast, fire, acidity, herbs, and thyme, and lets them work together. That's the Mediterranean secret. Simple ingredients, perfectly balanced,